Well, good morning and welcome to This Week with Pastor Dino. I'm Dino and I'm so glad to have you joining us here at First Presbyterian Church of Bradenton, where we are cultivating hearts for Jesus from the heart of downtown. Now, here in Florida, we just endured a little winter cold snap and we're going to have a nice week this week. I'm excited about that. Let's take you to a devotional now that relates to what we talked about on Sunday, where we got the challenge to multiply. And that's not about church growth, it's about kingdom growth. We ought to multiply ourselves, multiply our ministry. This is what God says about that to Noah in Genesis chapter 9. As for you, be fruitful and increase in number. Multiply on the earth and increase upon it. Now, we might just write that off as being about early human reproduction and the sustaining of civilization at that time. This is the first command that God actually gives to Adam and Eve, is to be fruitful and multiply on the earth and increase. Noah hears it again as the faithful covenant people of God are going to kind of repopulate the earth. But echoes of it come out in Jesus' ministry, in the Great Commission, in Paul's ministry in the first century church. So there's a lot of gravitas here with this idea that we need to know our gifting and be ready to hand our gifting off as part of our multiplication, as part of our kingdom. Remember the quote I gave from Christian Schwartz said that the true fruit of an apple tree isn't really an apple, it's another apple tree. And we need to think in the same way about our ministries and our opportunities, and it's more kingdom-minded that way. So be thinking about that this week. What could you hand off and how could you do it? Thanks be to God. This week, I hope you are enjoying the after effects of the time change. This week, we're going to be open Monday through Friday, and we got plenty going on in the life of our church. Hope you're enjoying our new series, Organic Church, where we talk about the church as a living organism and apply the principles of living organisms to church life. Also want you to mark your calendars for Good Friday. I know that's coming up in April 15th, but still mark your calendars now because we will have a concert. Usually we do this on Monday, Thursday, but this week we're doing a Good Friday concert and worship for Holy Week. So make sure you start putting that in your calendars, and we will be meeting here. This is just a great time in church life to be connected, to be growing, and to feel like God is speaking into our lives. So that's just one more opportunity we have to do that on a very sacred evening. Now, in terms of online worship this week, we've got breakfast and Bible study as we do every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. That is held over Zoom. Go to bradenton.church/Zoom to find out more. We have worship at 9 and 11. We've been meeting live. It's been great to see everyone back in church, but we also have folks joining us online, and we're so happy that you're able to do that. Again, worship at 9 and 11 every Sunday. And I did want to let you know that we actually have a church app that has been in development for some time. These things have to get approved by companies like Apple and Google for their stores, and it takes a while. It's quite a complicated process, but we got word last week that our app for the church, First Presbyterian Church app, is going through some of its final approval stages, and we should be able to launch that here in the spring, and it's going to be a really awesome tool for us to be able to connect with each other. So you're going to see some freshening up of the website soon. You're going to see some of the app information coming out soon, and we're really excited about that and the potential it brings to our church family. So be looking out for that. The charge for this week is easy. Think about your ministry, think about what you're called to, and find others to do it with you who are gifted in the same way, and then be ready for the handoff. That is how we multiply in the kingdom of God. It's how one man poured into 12 disciples who took the word out into Jerusalem and beyond, and in the first century, that word was taken even further and new churches spread. It wasn't one at a time, it was by the multiplication of disciples. We need to reverse the decline in the church today, and we're going to do it by multiplying, not by building bigger, not by taking more on ourselves. We're going to do it by multiplying. Thanks be to God, and I hope to see you back next week on This Week with Pastor Dino. Bye-bye.